Hi everybody, this is Frank DeRose, bass instructor at the School of the Blues. Today I'm going to do a follow-up video to the one that I just released a few days ago on walking the bass, level 1. This is going to be a part 2 where we're going to learn to combine the elements that was in the previous video into a walking bass part that sounds like it evolves and has some spontaneity to it. So get the tab open, make yourself familiar with what's written, and I'll get set up and be back in a moment. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to do a short video on how we mix together the elements from my previous video on walking the bass using the root, third, and fifth notes only. And you go to my previous video and there's a tab and there is the video content that shows us 3 ways to play this blues in E with a quick change and a standard turnaround. And it's a shuffle where we quarter note walk the bass using the root, third, fifth, and we need one more note. We go back and play the third again. So that pattern, as discussed in the previous video, sounds like this. So now, if you look back at the tabs, you'll see that the first way we played it was taken right from my book of the Blues Bass Play-Along Trax from the School of Blues lesson series published by Mel Bay. So the first way we played it was playing our E note right here with our middle finger and playing our arpeggio for E sounding like this. Then we went to A here on the 5th fret of the E string and then back to E, then back to the 4. So we played with that sound. Then the second way we played, on a handwritten page 2, I showed you how to play the 1-3-5-3 using the lowest note on our bass, the lowest E note. And then lastly, we did an inversion where we came back to this E at the 7th fret and we played it with our little finger. And we played that 3rd and 5th below. So what I want you to do now is open the tab, make yourself familiar with the tab where I am going to mix these elements together. So take a look at that tab and I'll get set up for that and I'll be right back. All right, now that you got the tab open and you've made yourself familiar with what I'm going to play, where I'm going to mix together elements of all 3 ways that we played in the previous video. So remember, we start from the 5, and I'm going to kick off the player. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's an example of how we mix together those elements to create what sounds like an evolving bass part, and it's not quite improvised totally spontaneously. We are resorting to elements that is already in our catalog of bass parts and how we play. So if you've purchased the book, you'll have the band track. I want you to go through and play this song, which is 6 progressions long. And the first way I want you to do it is I want you to go to the previous video, print the tabs. From there, it shows the 3 different ways I want you to play through the song. Play number 1, 2, and 3, and then go back and play 1, 2, and 3, and then play the ending as written from page 1 of those tabs. Then I want you to play again and try to combine the elements. Play like I played just a few moments ago. There'll be a tab for that you can open up. And then try to improvise on your own. Send me an email and tell me how it went. So just hang on and I'll be back with some final thoughts. Walking the Bass, Level 1, Part 2, where we learn to combine the elements from the previous video, where we learned 3 different ways to walk the bass using root, 3rd, and 5th, and the 3rd again, because we need 4 notes, 4 beats. As I said, we had 3 different ways we learned it, and in this video, I showed you how to combine them, take some elements from each one and put them together and make a bass part that sounds interesting, evolving, and somewhat spontaneous. So watch for the next video. It's going to be Walking the Bass, Level 2, Part 1, where we're going to introduce a new note, the 6th, and our bass part is going to be composed of root, 3rd, 5th, and 6th, and we're going to learn to walk that bass, and we're going to have some alternate ways to play it as well. So until I see you again, keep on thumping that bass.